What's up, everybody? My name is Mr. Simmons, and I'm coming to you live from the Google Drive to talk about registration, part two of three. Last week, we started our registration process by making our advisory folder for important documents that you create an advisory that you want to be able to take from year to year to year. And today, and also by doing our credit checks to know what we've done, and so we can look forward to today for what we are going to do in the future. So this is the second step of our journey, and we're planning out what classes we're going to make. Let's jump right into it. Okay, the theme today is basically you asking questions and you can get yourself some answers. So after this video, I'm going to show you how to do the 4-year plan. But if you have any questions about classes or questions of how to register for classes or things like that, or how to fill out the form, or if there's anything at all really related to registration, this link right here is going to be the link that your teacher will connect to, and you'll be able to ask your teacher slash advisor questions, and they will answer. They'll put them in the questions box, and then all counselors are going to be on that on that spreadsheet to answer those questions for you. So that will be ahead of us if you have questions after this video, but that will be it. Okay, so graduation requirements. You guys have all been told this forever, right? So there are 24 credits to graduate, including 24 credits to graduate, including the top here, the non-credit requirements, which are the culminating portfolio, which is your high school and beyond plan, taking Washington State history, mostly done in middle school, and then proficiency exams, which is your SBA and things like that. Okay, this stuff up here, the top part, this is really the chunk of it, which is guaranteed. You have to take 4 years of math, have to take 3 years of math, have to take 4 years of English, got to take 3 years of social studies. Okay, but down on the bottom we have some wiggle room, which we will talk about later, or you can talk about with your counselor. But that is the graduation requirement. So when you are registering, and this will be done in the 4-year plan, you'll be able to see it. But those are kind of booked in for you, and that's what we got to do to look forward for. Okay, here you guys being freshmen now are going to be sophomores. Okay, on the left side you have what you're going to be going to. Okay, and the options that we have. So we have one English, one math, one chemistry, 1.0 social studies, whether that's civics or world history or intro to psych or a year of honor civics, and then you have 2.0 electives. Okay, so make sure you think about what you want to use and what you want to accomplish. Right, if you haven't started your world language and you want to go to a 4-year school, you might want to start your 4-year your foreign language or world language right now, starting next year. Okay, um, obviously, if you want to get your PE credits done, if you want to get your art credits done, if you want to get your CTE credits done, those are all options as well. Just be sure that you know what you're registering for and what those requirements are, like we looked at on the credit check last week, or 2 weeks ago, or last week. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Okay, so here's English, right? So there's 3 different tracks. The top track right here, that is the base track, right? The middle track right here, this is the I'm really thinking about going to a 4-year college possibility track. Not necessarily I'm committed, but I'm thinking about it. This is the I want to go to a rigorous 4-year college, and I'm going to go for it and take the high IB track. Okay, so the first one is simple. If you're 9th grade English, you go to 10th grade English. Boom. If you're 9th grade honors English, you might consider going 10th grade honors English. Um, you can go this way, right? 9th grade honors English to 10th grade English, or 9th grade English to 10th grade honors English. That's just up to you. Talk to your English teacher to get what they think maybe might be the best fit for you if you're kind of on the fence. If you are looking to go full IB, you're going to want to go 9th grade honors, 10th grade honors, and then we'll move on to English HL and English IB English HL2. So that's the English piece. If you have questions, shout them at us. But that is kind of how that piece goes. Summer high school math sequencing looks like this. Okay, there's a lot of flow charts and directions here. So algebra, some of you are in this now, some of you took it in middle school. Geometry, some of you are in this now, some of you took it in middle school. Algebra 2, some of you are in this now. This is how it goes. So algebra to geometry, geometry to algebra. Make sure if you're in algebra, you take geometry. Book it. Make sure you do that. Okay, if you're in algebra now, you're taking geometry next year. Okay. After geometry, most students will go to Algebra 2, so sign up for Algebra 2. There's a small percentage of students that will go to financial algebra after geometry, but that is a small percentage and will need a different waiver deal. So that's that. Okay, if you are in Algebra 2 right now, you would be next route would be going to the IB Math. So you an A or A and I. Okay, A and I is the more statistics track, and A is the more calculus track. A and A1 and A and I1 are close to the same class. It just maybe will prep you a little bit better for the next one. But really, what's here is the decision to go right here. I don't think a lot of freshmen are here. If there are, ask your math teacher where you think you should go. But that will be what we talk about more later on in your life as a Spartan. Okay. So that's the math sequence, which you should take right here. We just talked about it. There is a and A, which is more the non-statistics track, which the word I'm looking for is calculus track, and this is the statistics track. So when we get to that, but we don't want to spend too much time on this. Talk to your math teacher to figure out which math you think you should go according to your goals. Okay, the science track looks like this. Okay, everybody takes biology or honors biology. Everybody's going to take chemistry next year. If you're an IB track, you could possibly take IB chemistry next year. So if you're an honors bio, want to take IB chemistry SL1, talk to your honors biology teacher and see if that's the right fit for you. Okay, after that, we'll go into the science or third year science, but we'll talk about that when you become 11th graders. Okay. The social studies sequence, right? You're not taking social studies right now as freshmen. You are taking because you're doing your first credit of PE and health. Your 10th grade year, you're going to do civics or an elective, right? Civics and an elective for your social studies elective, because you got to get 3 years in. So you got your options of everybody's going to take civics, then you have your option of intro to psych or world history, or, which is not listed on here, honor civics right here. Boom, number one right here. Honor 4-year honor civics. So honor civics. So you have really 3 options: civics and intro to psych, civics and world history, civics and or 1 year of honor civics. But it says right there. I should look at the whole thing first. Okay, got it. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, we'll talk about this in a little bit. Actually, I'll talk about it now. So when you are registering for classes next year, you got to make sure that you choose the classes that you want to take, because these classes are essentially votes for which classes are going to be taken. So intro to psych, for example, it was not offered this year for 10th graders. Why? Because not a lot of people wanted to do it. So we have to measure out how many sections we need for classes. So the more people that want to register for intro to psych, the more spaces intro to psych will have for that 1 semester class. Okay, so if you want to take intro to psychology, go for it. But also, that's also the same with your elective classes. If you want to take an elective, go for it and sign up for it. The more people that sign up for it, the more classes that will be, because we need seats to fit in those classes, if that makes sense. If not, we'll catch you on the other side. Okay, but these are the CADRs, the college admissions distribution requirements. Okay, so you can see right here, it's a good slide to have. You could really find this slide at any of these colleges' websites, or looking up CADRs, Washington State CADRs. This is basically what schools require for admission into their program, right? So as you can see, a lot of these are the same as Sunrise High School. So Gonzaga University, for example, 4 years of English, 3 years of math, same as Sunrise High School, 3 years of social studies, same as Sunrise High School, 3 to 4 years of science, we require 3, and then 2 years of world language, we require 2, right? So that's just kind of how that lines up. And so how you're working for graduation, your Core 24 will directly fit into the CADRs requirements to get yourself enrolled into a 4-year school, if that's what your future path will be. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about 2-for-1s, and these are classes that actually will count for multiple spots in your credit check. So you may have done you did your credit check last week. This will show you kind of what specifically counts for multiple things, right? So a lot of these are most like the biggest ones we have, the most popular are things like creative design and digital photography. Digital photography counts for both art and CTE. So you could take that and that will check both those boxes. It doesn't count as more than 0.5 credits, that one class that is, but it does check the box. So it frees up a little bit, it frees up an elective for you basically. So that is just something that you want to think about when you're registering for classes. If you're not sure what to take, maybe check out the 2-for-1s. That might be something you want to do. Okay. Here is the course catalog. This is the 2022-23 course catalog. This is the link to the Sumner High School website. I'm not sure if it will be 100% live by the time that this goes, but it should be close. If not, we're not changing that many classes from last year to this year. So you can look at the old one. It'll be the same pretty much. Okay. So click that to get the information, get to the Sumner School District website and go there. Jumping in real quick to talk to you guys about some of the new classes that we have coming in at Sumner High School starting next year. Okay, these are not something that you may have heard about because you haven't heard about them because they're brand new, right? So I want to be able to pitch these a little bit because you may miss over them when you look at your course catalog because they're unknown until now. Okay, so here we go. Intro to Programming through Game Design 2. As you can imagine, it's a progression onto Intro to Programming through Game Design 1. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be using Unity game design software, which is a more accelerated approach to designing some games, right? So and later on in the semester, you'll be able to use advanced game design tools or like augmented reality and virtual reality headsets. That's pretty cool. Intro to Programming through Game Design 2. Okay, cybersecurity is next. Big field in our future is cybersecurity. You got to protect yourself, right? So the semester starts out with introductions. You're going to have your personal digital footprint. So who you are, what you do on the internet, and how much that matters, and how much people can track, and things like that. Got to protect yourself. Okay. Then it's commercial and cybersecurity. So how companies have taken measures to protect their data and protect themselves. And maybe some stories about how they did not very much protect themselves, right? Then learn how to identify threats and problems that can happen. Problems that can happen to you or others. Remember, real thing is protect your neck. Finally, we have JROTC, okay? We have the Army coming in. This is a preparation for military service. It not necessarily mean you are committed to military service, but you ever thought about it? You ever thought about or want to learn basically about how those things work? That's a good spot to start. Okay, you start off with the history and geography of the world, and then it goes into past and current international relations like diplomatics, economics, microeconomics, things like that. Finally, we have the community building and team development aspect as part of that as well. And then we also have some extracurricular opportunities and field trips that go along with JROTC. So if you're interested in that, I would check it out. There we have it. Back to your regular scheduled program. That way. Okay, here are the helpful resources to help you complete your assignment today. Slides from last week. Those are the slides from last week. For your plan, that's today's assignment. Last week's assignment is right here, the student credit check. If you haven't done that, I would suggest that you do that because it is a graded assignment advisory. And then the course code list. So this course code list is a list of course codes for everything possible. Do I want to open it? No, I won't open it. I'll let you open that. But that's kind of the helpful resource that you'll have. We're going to share these slides with you. Teachers share the slides with your students so they can access this. Okay. Next page is this. So planning for next week. This goes right into your assignment. Go to your advisory Google Classroom and fill out the 4-year planning worksheet. I'm going to help you. I'm going to walk you guys through that right now after this, and plan out the 6 classes that you want to take in the future. In the 4-year plan, we don't really have a space for alternates. But you want to add alternates next semester too. So be thinking about that as your extra electives. You could even probably write them in to your 4-year plan as you plan for the future. Okay. So next week we're going to select our classes. We're going to go live. Next week, the registration goes live, and we're going in and we're making it happen. So that's what the next week's lesson will be. We'll go right into it now. I believe that's the end of the slideshow. So we're going to go into this 4-year planning worksheet and kind of show you how to do it. Okay, so here's a 4-year planning worksheet. Oh wait, look, I had it open already. Here's the 4-year planning worksheet. So you're obviously your name, Alec Simmons. Advisory teacher will be Sandberg. 10-year grade advisor. Okay, my goals are, I'm going to say 2-year or 4-year. Cool. Okay, so here's how it's done, right? So this is what you've done maybe already. Maybe so I took English, I took Algebra 2, and I'm taking biology. This is locked in. I did health and fitness already, and you fill in what you took, kind of like what you did for your credit check, but this is your full 4-year plan. So you can do what you may have had: band, and Spanish 1, Spanish 1. Okay, so those are my 4-year plans. This next one is English. So this is next one's 10th grade. So in this, you can choose kind of whatever classes that we offer here. So there's the 4 English classes that 10th graders can take. 10th grade English, honors English, tier 2 English, tier 3 English. Talk to your English teacher about which class that you should be in next year if you are not sure, because this is your assignment for advisory. So maybe I want to try out honors, maybe I don't. I'm just going to click it for this example. So honors English. Okay, here's the next one is geometry. It's set on base geometry because most 9th graders are taking algebra. Not all, but most. Okay, but if you were here and you took geometry here, you're going to go geometry. And then for math 1, the next one, 10th grade, you're going to go algebra 2 and algebra 2 because that's the next one over. Okay, right here is the course codes listed for you. So when you're registering, you can add the course codes into the system that you're in. Okay, that's really important and good to know. Here's the chemistry one. You go at chemistry 1 or IB Chem. Make sure you talk to your science teacher before you choose, because that is an important one. And the next is really these ones: world history, honors civics. We don't have intro to psych here. We're gonna add it in. I'll do that before the day is done. Okay, so the next thing here is write in your electives what you want to take. Maybe I want to continue my Spanish 1. This might be a different person that is not a band person, so maybe I'm going to go core plus aerospace. The 4-year class, core plus aerospace. Maybe I am not thinking about going to college. I know I'm not going to go to college, so I'm not going to take a second year of world language. So I want to take, I don't know, ceramics. Ceramics I want to take, and I want to take child development. The world is yours, right? So do that and take your time to maybe look through and go on your path based on the first couple slides. Go on your path, pick out these things, and then you'll be able to kind of chart out your journey. There's all these different ones. There's algebra 2. We got all the IB maths in here. Make sure you talk to your teachers before if you're confused about which ones you should take next. That is kind of fill out the 4-year plan. So when you register next year, or for next year, next week, you'll be drawing straight from this and then putting it into the registration in Skyward, which we'll talk about next week. So that is the quick lesson for today. Teachers, if you could go back to the slide where it says, actually, I'll just leave it on this slide. I'm going to add the link right here. I'm going to do it live. I'll add the link here. I'm going to just copy this. Copy. And I'm going to put it on the bottom here. There you go. So go to the link of the Q&A spreadsheet. What it's going to look like is this. And you're going to have a question side and an answer side. So my ninth grade advisories are going to have each tab on the bottom here. So there's ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. Question, answer, that's for you. Okay. Ask your questions, register for your classes. Until then, I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.